My name is Dr. Teslim Sanusi. I was born in a very quiet but cash crop producing town in Kwara State in 1942 to a railway master, a railway station master. And I grew up to emulate my father in almost everything he does. He was an humanitarian by excellence, and that sort of spurred up my own passion for materialism. And when it comes to Lions, the fact that the founder of Lionism himself is an insurance broker, and I'm also an insurance broker, that gave me the double impetus to become a Lion, which I joined in 1993 at the club level. That is the Liquid Lions Club. There's a popular belief that you cannot live well until you do something for people you don't know, or who are not ready to help you in return. I believe that you can help people in your various walk of life, your family, through your churches or your mosque, through your other associations. But when it comes to Lionism, you help people you can never dream of meeting. You can never dream of them paying you back. Look at all the contributions we make through dues and through levies. They are all channeled to help people across the town, across the community, across the country, and even across the borders of Nigeria internationally. Whenever there is any disaster or where there's any need for Lion's intervention. So that gave me the impression that, well, whatever I'm able to do through Lionism spread across several borders, and there's no where I do not expect anything in return. The values is, I would say in a brief summary, is work and worship. I believe very much in the scripture, which says we are created to worship God and to look for His sustenance. So when you work hard and you have the humility to believe that, to know that it's the grace of God that makes one prosper, and then you combine the two, I think you're likely to succeed. And that's what I've always done. I've always been a very hard worker, and I'm also somebody who I would say who tries as much as possible to be very, very, not religious, but to be godly. I prefer to use the word godly, because religion connotes staying long hours in the churches or in the mosque and without really being practical when it comes to the objectives of religion. So I would say I try to be very godly, and I believe that the values of being godly is that in whatever you do, you try to be selfless as much as humanly possible. Human beings are generally selfish beings, but if you try to emphasize on your self-interest in anything you do, any service you render, even your daily business transactions, as much as possible, and try to look at the holistic interests of those you are dealing with, without just focusing on yourself. That will, to me, is a great value, because that way you will not be thinking of cheating, you will not be thinking of cutting corners. In short, anything you are doing, do it well, and just know that there's a super being who knows why you are doing it, and who knows you are doing and why you are doing it. Because everything you do is guided by intention. It should be guided by intention, good intention. Well, since you prepare to use the word DNA, I would say I don't know, because DNA is something that you bring is with you from your birth. You are born with. But when you come to about something that influenced my life, I would say mainly they're my parents. My dad and my mom are noted for giving very, to the extent that they deny themselves certain things of life to be able to help people. And I grew up with that type of influence. So I would say it has influenced me very much. I'm happy that it's also influencing my own children or some of those that come across me. Yes, I would say the values of Lionism many years ago when we joined it, and now they are still intact substantially, because the values are guided by the objectives. What has changed to me is the procedure. For example, then people are, right now people are more digital. Lions are more digital. In our own days, we are called what we call BBC, that is born before computer. So the most lions of these days and lion lizard these days, most of them are BAC, that's born after computer. So they are more digital than nowadays, but substantially the values and the objectives, in fact the objectives remain the same, and so is the value, just the assessing or the processing, the procedure that has sort of been more modernized. Throughout my leadership throughout my term as producing governor, and in fact, in every leadership, my leadership style has always been leadership by example. I believe that whatever I expect of my followers, I also make sure that it is through exemplary ways. And secondly, I also believe in delegation, but without abdication. That is, to delegate as much as possible, identify those you feel can make you realize your objectives, but you do that without application. That is, you monitor the performance, you give room for feedback, monitor their performance, whatever it has need for some level of intervention to ensure that your objective is not derailed. Do that. Well, to be in any area of leadership side, whether it's downs or as we are professional in my profession, I just ensure that I identify good performance and those who are responsible for that good performance, and I ensure that I put in place a very good rewarding system for those for good performance. Since Lionism service is non-voluntary, is a voluntary organization. You cannot do much in penalizing people when they go wrong, or where they don't meet expectations. So as far as Lionism is concerned, just make sure that you have a very good rewarding system for those who give good performance, and ensure fair and firm to me, eye care is the main focus of Lions Club International, and it goes down to the district and clubs. That to me is very major and should be improved upon. In addition to things that contribute to causes of eye care or eye problems such as diabetes and so on. Secondly, I think there should now be more emphasis on youth empowerment, so that if you look at the country or you look at even the world, people are now less engaged with work or with good work, to the extent that in Nigeria in particular, the Japa syndrome is now is increasing daily. So anything that can be done to empower youth to advance them, and the more they advance, the more they also be able to contribute to Lion services. Well, that's a very good question. It takes a bit of time to remember all of them. But I'll briefly say that as the president of the Olukokun Lions Club, I was divinely blessed to build and construct the diabetic complex in Lagos State Teaching Hospital, that last suit, which was commissioned by the then governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is now the president of this country. And that diabetes center is still been very much useful to people, not only people in Lagos, but people coming from other surrounding cities, or even countries like Benin Republic and Lome and Ghana. And I'm happy that even the club, the recent club presidents have key into it by trying to remodel that Lion Center, that Lion Diabetes Center, with their annual projects. During my tenure as district governor, this was 2006, 2007. I was also blessed to construct and commission the Lions Eye and the Lions Eye Care and Lions Eye Care and the Lions Eye Care Center in Ota, that is Ogun State, which was commissioned by the then governor of the state, that is Otumba Benga Daniel. That health center has also recently been modeled by the Lions Club International, and it's serving people all over the country. I wanted to say the Lions Complex, the Lions Eye Complex and the Corneal Center. So that's the name. So that gave me a lot of satisfaction. As the chairman, Council of Governors, that's 2000, I think they call it 2007, 2008. My satisfaction was when we had a visiting international president, and happened to, I was as a district governor then, and as the council chair then, I was to receive him, and with all the support of all the other Lions in the country, Lion leaders, I was able to get appointment with the then governor of Lagos State, that is no, not is Fashola, thank you. Mr. Fashola in Lagos House in Marina Street. We are well received and it was well publicized. That gave me a lot of satisfaction. However, when it comes to something I want to achieve or not, we had Lions Club have no Lions secretary, have no secretariat of their own, and I embarked on building the Lions land in Murtala Mohammed way, Utemeta. But there was a lot of challenges when we had problem with the land, with the Omoniles, who, because the land was not made use of for many years, came back trying to repossess the land. So that did not make us achieve an objective of building the land secretariat. Subsequently, I've been made the chairman, Secretariat Development Committee up to now. So this is trying to see whether that can be achieved by His grace. My award of OFRR is the Officer of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in last year by the Federal Government of Nigeria. Gave and still gives me a lot of satisfaction, because you can see I have so many awards, but I feel that is the icing on the cake. Because it's a national award and it's sort of cap. It shows that the other awards over the years have been recognized by the whole country. So it's really gladdening me, but certainly it makes me more humble, because I feel that Holy God, it is a divine reward for me. And it's also make me feel like serving more, because I realize that you're able to, when you serve and you feel that people are not even appreciating you enough, or they are not seeing what you are doing. It shows that one way or the other, to be that recognition will come when you don't expect it, and that's what happened last year. So I think I would just say that anybody serving should come to serve and serve well. It gives the assurance that when you serve and serve well, sooner or later, your service to humanity in other areas will be rewarded or recognized and rewarded when the time, at the appropriate time. Yes, what I realized in Lions, as a Lion, is that you get developed, particularly you get the leadership development almost every day. Right from the time you are in your club and you are given maybe an appointment as Case 2-star or other junior position to become then later as first vice or secretary or club president, and you go to become the district officer. It's all leadership training and development. So to the extent that this leadership training and development has helped me in my interactions in other areas, either even in my profession or in my interaction with people. Those leadership training and development has helped me a lot. I feel that it's a side benefit, certainly a side benefit of the Lion. Yeah, my greatest Lion's challenge in Lionism is achieving the building of the Lion Secretariat for MD404, which I mentioned earlier. The challenges are both internal and external. The challenges are still there, so hence we have not been able to achieve it. But we'll continue to try to overcome them, and I believe that one day the divine intervention with continuous effort, divine intervention will one day very soon we must achieve it. A good number of the young lions still don't realize that Lions' objective is majorly service to humanity. Some of them still give more attention to social activities and other form of fellowship. Now, there's nothing wrong being social as a lion. There's nothing wrong enjoying yourself or interacting as usual people, but they should remain focused, realizing that no matter how you want, whatever you want to do, whatever is the extent of socializing, whatever is the extent of whatever other things we are doing, the main focus is to serve humanity, and so they should do that, as I've earlier said, with emphasizing self-interest in every way they can. The first thing I think they should do is to try to ensure to reach the pinnacle of their specialization. But once you reach the pinnacle of anything, of course, even though they say the sky is the beginning, you have to find a way to diversify. So, in the process of diversification, we should look at wherever they are, whether in the Lions family, look at it holistically and see how they can use their specialist advantage or training development to enhance service delivery Lion service. I'll leave the youth with two quotations. I can't remember who made them. Yes. The first is that happiness belongs to those who make others happy. In this world, we are all struggling to be happy. Whether we are looking for a good job, or we are looking for a good wife, or looking for a good husband, it's just in the quest to be happy. So realize that you cannot be happy unless you think of how you can make the other person too happy. Happiness is usually a two-way dimensional issue. So always remember that yes, you want to be happy by achieving this or doing this, but realize that you cannot be happy unless you think of how to make the other party feel happy. And then secondly, the other thing is that always remember that the best gift you can give anyone is a good example. You can give people houses, you can give people happy, you can give people cars, you can give them your daughters or your sons. Give them good jobs. The best thing you can give anybody is a good example. Thank you.
Thank you.